It's been phenomenal to see what God does through the Healing Journey class. Tell us, what is this class all about?
Well, the first thing I always want people to know is that this is a Bible study, and everything this class is about comes from the Word of God. That has to be our starting place because it's the only thing we can trust to guide our life. The Healing Journey class is designed to help participants heal and get past mental, emotional, and spiritual wounds so they can live the life they were created to live.
How long is the class and each weekly lesson?
The class is 29 weeks long and begins each week with a lesson that teaches on a scriptural aspect of healing. The lessons are approximately 50 minutes. After the lesson, the class breaks into small groups led by a trained leader. Each class is about 2 hours and 15 minutes, so it will not fit into an hour.
Well, 29 weeks is quite a bit longer than the typical Bible study, isn't it?
Yes, and I've heard people literally gasp when they heard that. But really, when you think about it, it isn't very long, particularly if you've spent decades accumulating these wounds. Most people, after they get into the class, wish it would continue longer because of the support and the encouragement that they receive here.
I agree. It's a very positive environment for healing, and you just can't rush the process. In fact, many people benefit from taking the class more than once in order to apply the principles to all their wounds.
So tell us, how does the healing happen?
Good question. Well, healing has nothing to do with Cyndy or me or even any of the leaders. Healing is the work of Jesus. He is our healer. We are simply here to point people to Him. And for many, trust in God has been severely damaged because of the hard things they've experienced. So we spend a lot of time helping folks through the lies and the false beliefs.
That's right, because until they see God's relevance in their own life, they won't let Him into their wounds for healing.
So the class offers spiritual healing.
That is where we start, but we provide lots of tools and opportunities for healing those painful feelings in our hearts as well, wounds other people have created, and those that come from our own poor choices. We offer many concrete healing steps that lead students to freedom.
That's right. You just can't believe the number of healing tools Cyndy has written into the class. She really wants this material to be as practical as possible so anyone can apply healing to their life.
Would you say that this class is specifically for people who have been abused or who have experienced deep trauma?
No, this is actually a misconception about the Healing Journey class. While it is a great place for folks who have gone through the worst life has to offer, the class is for everyone. The class is designed to help us live as the men and women God created us to be by getting rid of anything that's holding us back from that goal.
That's right. That's why we hear it said all the time. Everyone should take the Healing Journey class. And if you're a mature Christian, it will free your heart to serve God even more effectively and give you the tools to help others who are hurting.
Which of you actually teaches the lessons?
Well, Stephanie, Cyndy originally wrote the material and filmed the lessons for women. But as soon as the study became available, we saw men starting classes too. After I had led several men's classes, the Lord asked me to refilm the lessons for men. And we are in that process right now.
That's exciting that the Lord is now using the materials to heal both men and women. Do men and women attend the same classes?
Not usually. Men's classes are separate from women's classes, and men should never lead a women's group or vice versa. Now, the exception would be a couples class. If a husband and wife wanted to lead a class for married couples, then they would watch the DVD together, and then they would break off into separate groups, one for the wives and one for the husbands.
Tell me, Brian, does this work as well for men as it does for women?
Absolutely, Stephanie, because the healing principles are God's, and they apply to anyone. All I'm doing is changing the stories and examples to be a little bit more fitting for the man's world. The men in my classes have received dramatic healing just like the women have.
So how does someone go about getting a class started?
Well, go to our website, hishealinglight.org, and order the Healing Journey Curriculum Kit. It includes everything you need to start a class. Each kit has 2 sets of lessons on DVD, so you have a loaner set, plus leadership materials, a student's manual, a meditation verse pack, and the promotional materials as well.
What do the leadership materials consist of?
Well, the class facilitator's manual is for the person who's over the whole class. It gives directions on how to start a class, including a timeline, explanations for the different aspects of the class, and the forms. And each class needs one.
Yes, and the second resource is the Small Group Leader's Guide, containing the weekly questions a small group leader will use to lead their group. Cyndy has made it very easy for a new leader to be able to effectively lead a group. It also includes a lot of helpful tips and, of course, the training material.
How many small group leaders' guides does each class need?
One for each small group leader, and each small group leader is allowed to only have up to 7 students in their group. This is a firm rule in the Healing Journey class due to the nature of the study. 5 or 6 students is actually a little easier to handle, but you can go up to 7 people. So if you have 21 students, you need at least 3 leaders and 3 small group leader guides. The class facilitator is usually a small group leader too.
And every small group leader also needs a training DVD. And this is a lifeline because it contains 17 role plays that will demonstrate the processing techniques that we use in every class.
Is there any kind of training available for class facilitators and small group leaders?
Yes, once a year we offer a 4-day boot camp training in different locations around the country. Attending boot camp gives leaders the best advantage possible for leading the Healing Journey class.
And I believe every leader should go whenever possible.
After a class facilitator gets their curriculum kit, what else do they need for their class?
Good question, Stephanie. Each student needs a student's kit, and this includes the student's manual and the meditation verse pack. The student's manual includes the weekly outline to help everyone follow along with the DVD lesson, plus the homework called Midweek Journey Steps, designed to help them apply the healing to their life. The meditation verse pack includes 5 verses for each week that will help the students work the healing truths into their hearts and minds.
Right, and students can expect to spend about 1.5 hours to 2 hours on their midweek journey steps each week. We have a lot of other materials as well, and you can check those out on our website.
What kind of results can someone expect from taking the Healing Journey class?
I just love seeing the change that comes over people when God has set them free from their wounds. They see God differently and begin to trust Him and have a real relationship with Him. They see themselves differently as valuable beings loved by God and useful in His kingdom. Often their face and posture changes, and you can see a visible difference because they are no longer beaten down by life. But the greatest thing is that they now have hope that their life can be a good one.
Yes, and I hope everyone will pray about this ministry and the role that the Lord might have them play. Then share this DVD with other potential leaders. Get your curriculum kit and read the class facilitator's manual first.